All right, everybody, Crypto Prepper here. Let's play around with ETH USDC bot on Coinbase. So what I did here was I was looking at the current top at August 24th, and so I was playing around with the settings and got a pretty decent return over the last what turns out to be 93 days. And using these settings on this ETH USDC bot on Coinbase, it would have returned 12.48%. So, oops, what's that on $1,000 bot? And that's 124, almost 125 bucks for 90 days on $1,000 bot. It's pretty dang good. So, that's what I've started to do is try to find the top and then just do a back test from then on its way down to see what it would make. And I haven't even run the 365-day um, bot yet, but let's do that here real quick. So do a back test for 365 days on this ETH USDC bot on Coinbase, and it's going 28.04%. So that's definitely not, I didn't expect that. Expected a little higher, but it looks like what happened. Oh wow, okay. So we see a lot of naked parts of the chart here with these settings, and so that means that right here the bot had purchased as much as it could, so it was essentially out of range, and you're just hodling from February over to July. So that's not good. What we've seen in with the other ones that I've done that same strategy with top to bottom is it still gave me a nice solid year. So what I'll do is I'll have to go through and shoot. And I guess before I go into this, a 28% annual return, especially with having this much not, I'll call it naked because it doesn't have any buy or sell orders, and then a bunch from here to here too. 28%. That's just ridiculous. You wouldn't even get that staking anywhere that I've been able to see. So, um, yeah, here, I guess I can take you through my thought process here when I'm um, going through and trying to find the optimal settings. And so I'll start out with my 32.25 as my base order amount, and then 968.75. So altogether, this bot is going to invest no more than $1,000. Okay. And then let's take this to the averaging percentage between the orders to 5. So you saw I had it at 3, which is probably why we got out of range pretty frequently over the last year. So let's change that back to 5. Keep your doubling here. So every subsequent limit order is doubled from before. And then let's try that. Let's try doing this. We'll do a back test. So 28.04% return on that. 47. Wow, that's pretty dang good. Just for putting a little bit extra percentage in between the buy orders. This is a lot better looking yearly chart. So you're going to see a lot more activity here and of course make a lot more money. So it looks like we had maybe late August until late September that we went without any other orders because it kind of went down and didn't come back up quite enough to do a sell order, and then came back down and finished out the buy order progress. So then it sold as the DCA lowered. So 47%, 40 rounded up 48% um return. just having a bot running on Coinbase using ETH and USDC. Pretty crazy. So, um, yeah, we'll just go here and we'll just stop here and say with these settings, you got a 47.81% bot, but you could also, when you get in here and play around with your own back tests, you can change out the averaging order amount, so you can go 4.9 and see if you can beat that 47.81, 45.34. Okay, so let's try going up a tenth of a percent, seeing what that gives us. 44. So it looks like 5 is a good number because it was going down either way I went. But that won't be, that's not an end all be all because you could drop all the way down to 4 and it might even perform better, which it did, 52.4 or 94. So let's take a look here. And it looks like we still had that late August lull, but then it looks like it was able to trigger that sell order here, which you can't really see on here, but I think it was a sell order here. So buy. This should be a sell, but I don't see a little red dot in there. But anyway, you kind of shortened up that time that you went without seeing any action with that little change to the step percentage. And then here, April, looks like the whole of April was pretty calm for this bot. So, and then it hasn't made any buy order. Oh, never mind, it updated. I saw a naked spot right in here, but it looks like it bot sold, and now it's bot, and it's probably looking right about here for the next sell trigger. So 53% um, return over a year for doing nothing. You don't have to, once you set this bot, you don't have to do anything. Once it sells, it automatically resets and it's good to go. And, as long as it doesn't go down, keep going down in a straight line and it gives you that little bit of a bounce, then you're making profit. And you can adjust your take profit percent too to lower, in theory, um, your take profit percent change is going to be in a bear market, a lower percent take profit is going to perform better than a higher because it might not bounce that 4%. It might only bounce 2.5%. So let's see if we can play around with our percentage change here for our take profit section to 2.5. See what that does. 52.94 was the original. So it drops it down quite a bit. But if you scoff at 40% return, um, you're not thinking right. But so you might, and let's try 3. So 40 to 53. Let's see what this gives us. 47. Pretty good. So what you could do is, $1,000 is a nice round number. I like round numbers for my bots. So, if you had 5K, you could put, you wouldn't necessarily all do all ETH, but you could do a couple in ETH using a couple different settings. Of course, on each exchange, you're going to have to use a different pairing. So you're going to have to use ETH USDC and then a USD or a USDT one or RLUSD if they have it available. Let's see what they have available on Coinbase. Yeah, so you could do your USD or USD USDC, and USDT. So you could set up three bots starting with $1,000 on each one of these pairs. You could use the same parameters. And it's interesting, what I found in demo mode is the USDC typically performs better because that's their coin. So they incentivize it somehow in the back end. It looks like, it seems like. So, but you could set up three different bots using ETH and different stable pairs, and even use different settings. Run your back test unless you have the pro plan, which is pretty expensive. Um, you're not going to be able to back test up to a year, but once you're able to justify that pro plan, back testing up to a year, being able to set up a bot for a year and not have to touch it, and it just consistently makes money for you, that gets dropped into your stable wallet. It's just, you just can't. I don't know. You just can't do any better than that. But diversify in between different bot settings, different pairings, different exchanges. Um, and this is looking pretty good. So the highest we saw was at 50, excuse me, 53% on ETH, which is not going to go down to zero. It's been number two for the past decade ever since it came out. So it's not going to disappear or go to zero on you, and you can just set and forget it. All right, so if you're interested in checking out this software that I'm using, this Bitscap software, you know, you can check it out here at Bitscap. Actually, if you want to support the channel, you can go down into the description and support the channel. Use my referral code. It's not going to change your pricing. You can see the basic is 29 a month. So if you got 5K, let me do the math here real quick while I got you on the line, like I'm talking to somebody on the line. But if you had 5K to start with bots and you made even that 47%, that's $2,350 over the year. And you saw the one bot we did, it was 53%. So that 47 seemed to be pretty good in a straight on bear market. Who knows what we're going to get because I can't back test that far. But your $29 a month subscription to this platform is going to be $348 a year. If you are ready to pull the plug, or wait until next Black Friday, you can get, they do a 50% off annual pro and advanced. So I was using the advanced for the past couple years, but that will only let me back test up to 180 days, which is still pretty good. But if you can, once you can justify the pro plan and let you back test up to 365 days, that's great. If you want to get started with a basic, please use my referral code. I get $10 a month if you do that, and then I'm more than happy to run a 365-day back test because it doesn't cost me anything to do that for you, to help you figure out what could be some good bot settings for you. It would be much appreciated, and I am more than willing to and happy to return the favor with a couple minutes work and making a quick video out of it, which never ends up being a quick video because I can't shut up. All right, like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. How do I end this? There we go.